Cicero, Oratio and Catilinam Prima, episode 29. Meministine me ante diem duodecim calendas Novembris dicere in senatu fordre in armis certo die, qui dies futurus esset, ante diem sex calendas Novembris, Gaium manlium, audaciae satellitem atque administrum tuae? Now Cicero begins to review with Catiline the events of the previous days. He says, do you remember meministine? Notice the ne here asking a question, and meministi from the irregular verb memini. Do you remember that I? There's the masculine singular accusative, which is going to be the subject of this infinitive dicere. Do you remember that I? 12 days before the calends of November. That, of course, is October 21, because we count inclusively from the first day, which is November 1. So do you remember that 12 days before the calends of November, that is on October 21, I said, me dicere, or I was saying, where? In the Senate. I was saying that he, meaning Gaius Manlius, we have to come all the way down here to Gaium Manulum, the masculine singular accusative, which will be the subject of this infinitive fore. Now this infinitive fore is a contraction of futurum esse, that is the future infinitive active from esse. So do you remember that I was saying in the Senate, ablative of location, that Gaius Manlius would be in armis. He would be in arms or under arms on a certain day, certo die. There's a masculine singular and ablative of point of time. Now we're going to get a little bit of modification to tell us what the day was, because Cicero knows it based on his informants. So that Gaius Manlius would be under arms, in arms on a certain day, which day would be, qui dies futurus esset, which day would be the 6th day before the calends of November. So the 6th day before the calends of November is October 27. So you see that Cicero is confidently predicting in the Senate. He asks Catiline, do you remember that I said in the Senate, dicere in senatu, that Gaius Manlius would be under arms on a certain day, and that day would be October 27. I predicted it way back here on the 12th day before the calends of November. And now we have finally here this appositive clause, which is going to, not a clause, but this appositive, which is going to tell us something more about Gaius Manlius. Gaius Manlius is the satellitem, masculine singular and accusative, the subordinate, the lieutenant, the hanger-on, and administrum, which is from administer, the supporter. Both of these, masculine singular and accusative, and they are in apposition to the noun Gaium Manlium. Notice as well the very nice style here where audaciae is modified by tuae. He is a satellitem and an administrum of your outrageous behavior, your boldness, your audacity. So we have an A, B, C, B, A arrangement of the words. Because satellitem and administrum are both nouns, audaciae is a noun modified by tuae, and we have atque, that is C, right in the middle. Beyond that stylistic element, notice how the sentence as a whole is composed. We have the main verb here, do you remember? We have me, and then dicere, that I said. And where did I say? In the Senate, I said that Gaius Manlius would be under arms. We have a relative clause in the subjunctive here, futurus esset, which is modifying da, on a certain day, which day would be this, and then afterward we have this modification in the form of an appositive, this modification of Gaius Manlius, who is the subject of fore. So Cicero and Gaius Manlius, each of which is the subject of an infinitive, me of dicere, Gaium Manlium of fore, they are placed on opposite ends of the sentence, quite far from one another. And whereas Cicero has no modification at all, Manlius has this modification, which is a kind of insult. You are just his lackey and hanger-on. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the lesson, please press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment.